been here. So I'm gonna introduce to you my co-host for today. Suppose MK is supposed to be here also, but probably she's very busy opening up her store. So I'm gonna introduce to you my co-host, Regiman.
Well, thanks for inviting me to the stream. I hope I'm coming through, am I?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, my laptop seemed to die. I have no idea. It's brand new, but I'm trying to troubleshoot it as we speak. The battery says it's down to 7%. But anyway, I'll try to muddle through it and see what we can do.
Yeah, it's your first time to join.
Yeah, but I can go through my cell phone here and I just won't see the chat
Ah, okay.
because my like I say, my laptop is definitely, I don't know what's wrong with it. I got the charger and everything plugged into it, but it's just not working and it's brand new. So, oh well.
Okay, when I want to invite also like Sean Williams there. Sean Williams, I message you at Facebook. If you want to join, you have the link. After my first StreamYard experience, I'm just sending my link to to my friend through email. But today Mark will not able to do it because he's kind of sick, so he won't be with me today. There, talking about Mark. Hello, Mark. I hope you feel better soon. So our topic today is a very light topic. It's about friendships. So my first question is, are you an introvert or extrovert person, Benjamin?
I would say probably somewhat of an extrovert. Uh, I'm kind of a social type person, like to be around people and such. So, but I like to have quiet times too.
I say you're like there's other classification of that, like there's the omnivert, and what's the other one? Uh, Ambivert. I'm not so familiar with that. It's like they say omnivert is either extreme extrovert and extreme introvert, and the ambivert is like in between. It's like needing to be an introvert and needing to be a extrovert, something like that. But as uh I think most will say that our friends usually came from our high school days, right? It's the time we started to have solid friends. Do you agree on that? Did you had lots of friends in your high school days?
Yes, I did. I actually had several friends in high school, but it seemed like the day you graduate is the day you kind of go your own way. And uh, I went on to college, so it's like I never really seen him or talked to him much after that. So, and as years goes on, of course, you lose contacts uh, with them, and you just do different things in life and go on. So, but I think I'm only really in contact with one old high school friend, and that's about it out of about 250 of them. So, uh, I think that's what happened to me anyway.
Yes, because before before we don't have internet, right? And I remember the first cell phone I had was the really big ones, the Motorola ones, and it doesn't have text. You just call it, right. We don't text before,
Oh yeah, I remember
right?
the
It
old
was really hard.
Motorola.
It was really hard to keep in touch.
Yeah, it was, and of course, here in the U.S., a lot of my classmates they went on to college, so you just lose contact, and that's what happened to me. And it is what it is, I guess, as they say.
Mark said, yes, late teen years, a few good friends. I have great friends from my military years, stronger bonds. That's what Mark said. Because before, do you have those gadgets? What we call, like, the pocket bill, like, you 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 can see text, but you have to use a telephone to send a message, and it's like a beeper. We call it a beeper.
Oh yeah, I used to. Matter of fact, I think my first job out of college, I had a beeper. That's the kind of the way they kept
Yeah,
track
me
of you
too.
and sent you the next work order.
Yeah, my mom. We gave her the pager, and she said, "I don't like this." I mean, she said that if we will say, "Mom, we're gonna be late going home," she said she cannot tell us, "No, you should, you should go home right away after school." She said, "I don't like this pager because she cannot reply." So
Yeah, I
though,
guess I don't blame her.
yeah, but as the internet uh became so popular. I mean, I had only connected to internet year 2000. How about you?
Well, oh man, it was probably I used it what I call in a packet radio, which is used in ham radio. It's using communications over the internet. So I probably in the late '80s, I would say I had whenever Commodore and Vic came out, I think I bought them when they first came out. So whatever year that was.
Sean Williams said that I still keep in touch with all longtime friends. The best I can this whole week. Me and Bruce, look, we're going back to college to live the good old days. Play beer pong. Gosh. And Davadon said the clown puts his makeup on upside down and he wears a smile even when he wears a frown.
Oh,
Yeah. Brett, support a good amount of streams right now. Thank you, Brett, for being here. So, there's the internet, and before we had the Friendster, right? So, what we did was to, like, type in names of our old friends, trying to reconnect like that. Did you do that?
no, actually, I did not do that.
No.
But it's kind of funny now. There's a website out there. I can't remember. It has something to do with high school, classmates or something like that.
Mm.
And I just looked at that one day, and ever since I looked at that, now you got people trying to send you messages through that. So, but I
Mm.
never reacted. You know, I'm living a long ways from my hometown, and you know, just care to live my life in the sunshine. So, but anyway, but yeah, I've never really contacted, I guess, anybody, you know, in many years. So, and probably never will.
Burke said, just seen one of my military friends in August. We've been friends for 35 years and another two for 30 years. We had dinner together. So, schools, they announce uh alumni homecoming like that. So do you like attending alumni
Do I like to what?
attend, the alumni homecoming, the reunion?
Oh, well, I went to homecoming when I was in high school, but I think I went as far as class reunions. I think I went to my first one, which is 5 years, and I have not been back to one since. And I don't know. I've thought about it, but who knows? Seems like something always comes up to interfere with it, regarding my schedule.
Mm. Me, I haven't attended even once, and you know i'm I'm like guilty about it. I seen a lot of my friends in Facebook. They still connect. They still have reunions, and you know what? At the back of my mind is, I kind of regret I don't reconnect, no? Especially that I'm in social media now. I mean, the more you have real friends, the more you have supporters, right? So,
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
mm,
How
but I
often? Oh, go
attended.
ahead. I was going to say, how often do they have reunions in like where you went to high school?
It's almost every year.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
My high school
Yeah,
class.
I'm from the Midwest, and I think every 5 years they have them where I come from.
Mm, look at siya, no? Sister Emily Regime. I know Bruce since Egypt time, back in that time. As Sister Pharaoh. Damodon is being so funny. Merck said, school reunion. No, I don't go to them. Then like 90% of the class, so wasting time and money isn't interesting.
Yeah, that's about the. I
But
can.
Mark, I know someone who, who met up again with his classmate in high school, and then they end up getting married. You know, they used to have a crush on each other, and then probably time separated them, and then when they saw each other in the reunion, you know, the sparks was there. So they ended up getting married.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I actually have a friend that did the same thing. He's from
Mm.
Michigan, and he was married for many years and then got divorced for whatever reason. And then he went back to a high school reunion about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, and ended up getting together with, one of his former classmates. So, and now they're living happily ever after.
Sean is laughing at Mercury. Oh, so uh, there is a no. That's Search A. Thank you for visiting. Long time no see. I hope you're all doing good. I was woke up by my job, back to sleep. Okay, Search, it was nice to see you. Thank you for dropping by. And then Mark said, when I was a police officer, I had to arrest a few of my classmates. They said we are friends. My reply, when did that happen?
Boy, that would be a weird feeling.
Yeah, you arrest them and say, "Oh, we were friends, high school time." Like.
Yeah, the key word was were.
So when we get older, especially when like you, where is your hometown? Where is your hometown?
Originally from near Madison, Wisconsin, but I think I've been in, and then I moved to Illinois for a while, but that was only 30 or 40 miles. So it was just barely into Illinois, more or less towards Chicago. Uh, and I think I've lived in Florida, I think 17 or 18 years, something like that now.
Bruce will be here. He said he's gonna be late.
Okay, that'll be good when he checks in.
So since you were moving a lot, from your hometown to other states, so and probably get busy with job or family or with starting to have health issues and all like that, so you don't have much time to meet up with friends in the real life. So uh, my next question is, do you have online friends?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I would definitely say yes. I haven't been on YouTube that long, but I enjoy all the people I talk to and, the friendships I've gained through YouTube and other social media. But yeah, it's almost like they're my group of friends now. So, and I think, most people on YouTube, you become friends with a lot of them and chat on a regular basis.
So, when I say online friends, do you consider them as real friends?
Yeah, ones that you've talked to for quite some time. Uh, let's say if I'm ever in their area, I'd definitely visit them and maybe have dinner or something. But yeah, I consider them friends.
So, I mean, how do you know if they're real friends? Because in the internet, especially when you're just texting messages from Messenger and all like that, you don't see the body language and all like that, and you don't see each other, and then how would you say they can be true friends?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
I
uh,
mean, how
I
how do
don't
you
know.
choose your online friends?
Yeah, after you talk to them for a while, you can, you have a good sense of if they're good people or not. And I would like to say I'm somewhat good at, uh, determining if they're, would be a good friend or not. But, it's a chance you always take. Uh, but it seems like all the people I associate with on YouTube are really great people. And, I enjoy, talking to them and so on. So, but, there are some bad apples out there, as we all know. But I try to associate with just good people.
So, what are the red flags? Is there any red flag with meeting online friends and having online friends? Are there red flags? I mean, if they did this, uh, no, you're not an online friend. What are the red flags for you?
Oh, I don't know that. You got a lot of good questions there, Emily. uh, I don't, it's really hard to say. I visit a fair amount of live streams, and I would say all the people I associate with, they're the same on all the live streams, and that tells me, they're uh, good people, and you want to associate with them. But if you go, let's say, to one live stream and they act one way, and then you go to another one, they act another way. I guess that would be a red flag for me. So,
Mhm.
but like I said, I try to surround myself with good people, and so far, it's worked for me in life, I guess.
Mhm. Let me read what Sean Williams said. Everybody here, Bruce wanted me to tell you he will be late. He's trying out for the Survivor show. And, and then Mark says, Some on YouTube I will visit when we go to the Philippines. That's very nice. And then Shan, all good friends I know on Facebook and YouTube are good. I just won't mention the bad apples. So there are bad apples.
Oh well, as the saying goes, is there's always a bad apple in every bag or bunch or however you want to say it. But you just I kind of stay away from people like that and just be around good people. And I find a lot of good people on YouTube, and I really don't do Facebook, so I don't have much experience there as far as that goes.
So we talk about online friendships. So the word safety will come up. I mean, when will be the right time to to give them your uh, information about yourself? Like people just know you by your nickname, Rachel, and it, so for you, when is the time that you're gonna tell the online friend information about you? I mean,
Oh, I don't know. After you talk a while, you know if you can trust a person or not. But I don't really have a problem with that. I have a few friends on messenger apps, so that's how I get to know people real well, and maybe exchange whatever, an address or something you want to send them something or whatever. But I wouldn't necessarily go right on a live and give out information like address and all that kind of stuff. But it's mostly I do that kind of stuff on a messenger, and I'm sure a lot of other people do the same.
Mark said, in time, I feel you can get a sense of the character.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
And they said he doesn't care to be around consistently negative people.
Yeah, I don't do well. I'm guess I'm kind of considered somewhat quiet, but I don't like to be around negative people either. It just kind of brings you down, and so I just do something else.
Hmm. Sean Williams, if I know a longtime friend, I'll share with them. Or if a longtime friend asks me, what if they don't ask me? I don't share that kind of information to anyone. People could use it against you in a bad way. I agree, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, you got to, in today's world, you just got to be careful and use your own judgment, to decide if that's something you want to share or not. And that's the way I do it anyway. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but it works for me.
Mark said, if you hang out with four negative people, soon there will be five. Uh, so,
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah.
so do you believe that friendship is vital to leading healthy lives? You know, Eh, because if you have online friends, you never feel alone. Or
Yeah,
if
I would
you're
agree with that. Yeah. It's, I would say a majority of humans,
Mm,
like to be around people for the most part. And, it's nice to have good friends, and, they can cheer you up when you needed to, or you can cheer them up when they needed to be. And, it's a good feeling, makes your heart feel good.
mm-hmm. There's a saying that with real friends, you say that tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. So could that be possible with online friends? I mean, you
Yeah. Yeah. I think there might be some truth into that. I do some reading, and, about self-help books and stuff, and this is just a generalization, but if you look at your 10 closest friends, that's who you are too. I mean, you know, that's just a generalization, but there's some truth in that, and I believe it. So, you know, you associate yourself with good people, and you can, you know, you'll be good yourself, and I think that's true most of the time.
Mhm. Mercury Tree said, "Quality friends are vital. Fair weather friends, I have no need for." Yes, look at who they are friends with. It will show you who they are.
Oh, definitely, yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's I would definitely agree with that.
Hmm. It's like,
So I guess
like
anybody that's friends with you, Emily, is a good person, right?
yeah, because sometimes, like when you're feeling, you feel something or you're feeling sad, and sometimes you will tell it to your online friends, thinking that it's safer to do, because sometimes if you tell it to your real friends, like that, it will pass on to others, the chismes, the gossip.
Yeah, I think
Mm,
that's probably happened to all of us in life, but you know, it depends on what kind of information you share. You just got to watch who you share it with and trust that person. But you know, I'm sure all of us have been burnt in the past. And you know, you say something to somebody, and then all of a sudden, the story gets circulated among your friends, and by the time it gets back to you, it's nowhere near what was originally said.
mhm. So, I'll go I'll go deeper with my question.
Oh
I'm
boy.
really ready. I mean, most uh most people that into online friendship, we can I think we cannot avoid that there'll be a time that something will develop and all like that. So how would you deal with that? I mean, if you have an online friend and she started to feel that she's your girlfriend or like that, or she started to think that there's something going on. I mean, how would you deal with that?
Boy, like I said earlier, where do you come up with these questions? Just kidding.
Personality.
I'm just kidding. Uh, well, you, you know, if you're somewhat semi alert in life, I think you can. Well, I can at least put two and two together and see if there's a connection, and you just take it from there, and you know, do what you know you think is right, and you know, nurture that relationship and see where it goes.
Hmm. And how about if you have lots of friends, and uh, they started to get jealous, so
Well, you know, at the end of it, you know, if you look at it, and we're all adults, and you know, if you, I guess, if they judge you or gets jealous of you, you really got to look at that friendship and see if it's worth it or not. That's what I think.
Merck said if I had an online girlfriend, Dara would give me a beat down.
He would
Chan
get what?
beat down.
Oh
Merck
yeah,
said. Chana Williams. For me, I have a lot of Filipino friends. I do draw a line long time ago. One of them tried to hit on me, and they were not single, and I let it slip. That friend said sorry to me and still friends.
yeah, yeah.
You see, that's happening.
Oh yeah. In today's world, it definitely happens, but you know, it's I don't know. It's not something I would do.
Yeah, I'm asking you because this very common for, especially you're an American and you got a lot of Filipino friends.
Yeah.
So my next question is that, so they talk to you, like that, and some Filipinos now will, or some friends will, not only Filipinos, some will ask help from you, like, like family problems, like, they need this and they need that. So how would you deal with that? I mean,
Well, I get to know the person, and if I feel in my heart they could actually use some kind of help, and whether it be financial or just even talking to them, I kind of oh, I don't know. I don't like to see people suffer, so I'm kind of a softy when it comes to that. And but it makes my heart feel good when I give. So at the end of the day, I think that's what counts and works for me.
yeah, because I've been to a lot of videos, and they were saying that it's a red flag once the Filipinos started to mention about their sick parents or sick relatives and all that, like that. They were saying it's a red flag thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what, is a red flag for one might not be a red flag for the other, but you just use your common sense and judgment, and if you think it's something that's legit, and you feel like you want to help, then I don't know. It makes me feel good when I help. So in whatever way it can be. So it doesn't always have to be financial. It can be, like I said earlier, you just be something they just want a shoulder to cry on or whatever. So, but
Mhm.
as humans, you should try to be nice to everybody and understand everybody's situation, whether it's good or bad, and try to help them improve if you can.
Sean Williams said, Regiman MK sending the questions to Emily. I don't
Yeah.
know where she is. She said she's gonna be here. And Mark
Yeah, I
said,
think I wonder
"Sean
where
Williams
Bruce
is
is. I
gonna
could
be."
use Bruce's help here.
Bruce, he is on his way home.
Yeah,
He
I know. I'm just kidding, but
Don said, "Emesis is the next Rafi.
what is that?
Rafi Tulfo. It's like a a TV personality, that investigates some
Oh yeah,
cases.
yeah, exactly.
Mark, I help when I truly know the people. I don't give anything that takes away from my wife or children." Sean
Yeah,
Williams laughing.
yeah, yeah. Hey, maybe Sean Williams can come up here and help me out.
Yeah, I sent him
The
the uh,
link.
the link on Facebook. If Sean will come up, because I think Sean is one of the most friendly guy I met on YouTube. He has 32 laptops.
Yeah, I've even heard as high as 80, but
So
yeah, he's a good
for sure
guy.
she for sure Sean has a lot of experiences when it comes to online friendship.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah,
Where
he's
did I
like
come
a
from?
very well respected.
Yeah. So another another situation. So
Oh boy.
another situation is that when when friends started to be like demanding or needy, like like gonna text or message you every minute of the day like that, and try to say, why aren't you replying me like that, like like they think they hold your cell phone 24/7 like that. So how are you gonna deal with that?
Yeah, that is kind of a tough situation where you just kind of handle it and kind of try to let them down gently. Doesn't mean you can't text them, but we all get busy and have things to do in our life, and sometimes you just can't be by the phone and available to text or talk or whatever all the time. So each case is different.
Hello, tropical team. Thanks for dropping by. Mark said, I'll try for a bit. I'll leave it too much sneezing or coughing. Be backstage soon, Emily. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon, Mark. I, I want double down to also join me on the panel one time. But he has to keep it G-rated. Done. If you're gonna join my panel, you have to have to keep it G-rated. Shan said, "Hello, brother, tropical team." Shan said, I'm a night owl. I don't sleep. My eyes glow in the dark 24/7. So, online relationship, like, do you choose like with the Filipinos, do they have to be single or married is okay? I mean, it's just online. It's nothing like you're real dating the person. It's only friendship.
Oh yeah, well, if it's just friendship, it does to me. Obviously, if it's just friendship, obviously, I don't see an issue with talking to somebody that's married. So it's not like I have anything to hide or trying anything. But if it became more than friends, obviously you wouldn't want them to be married. So that's my thoughts anyway.
Mhm. So, for the meantime, they're online friends. I mean, do you plan to meeting them in person? I've seen a lot of YouTubers. They have a meetup like that. So, are you gonna go on groups like that?
Oh, I would definitely like to do that. Matter of fact, Bruce isn't really too far from me, and
Mm,
been I've gotten within 100 miles from him, and I'd definitely like to stop up and see him. But I'm kind of waiting for the weather to cool down because it's really hot here in Florida, and it's hot in Mississippi. So, but I'd like to go see him and maybe meet Belt Loop 29 and all
mm,
those people are good people, but and once in a while they have meetups in Florida, but unfortunately I've always been busy at the time and couldn't make it. But I would definitely be up, to meet other YouTubers. I think that would be nice.
mm. Is Beltube from Mississippi too?
Yeah, he lives real close to Bruce. Matter of fact, Bruce and him, I think, have actually had lunch, and uh, and then Bruce, I think, went to one of his meetups at a local park. And I believe, don't quote me, but I think Russell McNeese is very close to them too. So there's like three of them
Mm.
that are real close.
Oh, um, another there. Hello, Merc.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for saving me, Mark.
Well, talking about good friends, how long has it been since we've met, Emily? 3, 4 years?
Yeah, I think it's 4 years.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, you're
I'm-
one of the first friends I had on YouTube, and I'm 4 years already on YouTube.
well, yeah. When you meet somebody that's really good and you can tell their heart a lot of times, and then sometimes they're a snake in the grass and they need to be weeded out later on in life. It's just how relationships happen in the real world, no different on YouTube.
Boy, that's so
Mm.
true.
How did you meet Dara Merc? I mean, is it in a social platform?
Dara and I met on I don't even know if it even still exists. It was called Christian Filipina. And we were talking for a long time. And she didn't think I liked her. I didn't think she liked me. We just remained friends for the longest time. And I was talking to a lot of crazy women online, a lot of crazy Filipina. And they were doing, oh, Nanai's sick. She needs medicine. And it's like every day there was something more, something more. And then when I said I can't send anymore, they said bad things. And So I just started talking to Dara only, and pretty soon our relationship grew into more. And I said, "Well, I'd like to come visit you." And I traveled to the Philippines and visited her. Stayed at her family's house for several weeks, and then not too long after that, I came home, and then we kept going online, and then I got an apartment there. Went back, got married the year after that, and we've been married going on 9 years.
Tim said Emily and I have been connected more than 4 years. Yes, Tim, Merck, Bruce, MK, Davao Don. I all met them on Tom and Ruth live stream. And Regiman I met on Bruce live stream. And Sean Williams, I met him on Bruce live stream as well. Luke and who else? Like Brett, I met Brett at Bruce live stream. So eventually from YouTube, they have some of them have Facebook accounts, so I've been connected them also like Radio Man. I connected with him through TikTok, and there also some that I've been connected with Instagram. It's like you meet them on YouTube and you bring them to another platform for the little chat and messaging. So how long is the friendship before you said, Merck, that Dara is the one that you want to visit and all like that?
Well, we chatted and video chatted online through Messenger, um, probably 6 to 8 months before I went to visit, and then so we got a good base at who each other were, and then a year after, um, a year after I met her, well, it wasn't quite a year; it was 8 7 8 months. Well, 7 or 8 months. I knew that she was the one, and I went and bought a wedding ring and engagement ring, and flew back to the Philippines. And I talked to her sisters, and they set it up. We went to church one Sunday morning. I set it up with the pastor, and they had a slideshow of our pictures and stuff. And I proposed to her in front of the whole church after the service, and we were married not too long after that. A few months after that.
Well, that's a cool event. That's pretty nice.
Well, it scared the living tar out of me because here I'm sitting in this huge church, like with hundreds and hundreds of people. We got a slideshow of me and Dara up on the huge screen up front, and I brought her a dozen roses. Well, they snuck in. That's the part talking to her sisters. I snuck in. They snuck in a dozen roses that I bought, and I had the ring in my pocket, and I was sweating through the whole service. And then when the time came, they said, "We have somebody that would like to ask somebody a question." And I grabbed my wife's hand. I stood up and brought her to the front of the church. Knelt down, opened the ring box. Well, handed her the dozen roses. Then I got down on one knee and opened the ring box. And I said, "I love you with all my heart, Mahalko. Will you marry me?" And she started crying. And for about 1 or 2 minutes, it seemed like eternity. She didn't say anything. I thought, well, I'm going to be in front of all these people and she's going to shoot me down. And she was crying really, well, not really hard, but she was just crying. She couldn't get herself together right away. And then finally she nodded her head and I stood up and she gave me a great big hug.
Oh, that's a very cool story.
I got pictures and video of it somewhere. I'd have to dig it up.
I I could imagine Dara because I think she's a very shy girl, you know, and then you did that like lots of people there, and I would be speechless too if that happens to me.
Yeah, she was kind of in shock. I think at the time, all her family was there, and like 9 million other people we didn't really know. But um, I just had the feeling in the way we connected and the way we talk. And I think that the key to it was more of a friendship before there was anything else. If that makes sense, we became good friends online and just told each other everything. So we knew each other. And then when we met, we went out to dinner and stuff before she went back home and everything. It was I felt we truly knew each other, and like I said, going on 9 years, and every day is the same for me. And she even says the same. I won't speak for her. She's busy in the other room. She likes arts and crafts, so she's busy. It's just been one. We've even to this day being married. It's more of a loving friendship. Husband and wife, but friendship at the same time. I don't even know the last time we argued, or even what the last argument would have been about. It's been so long. It's been so many years that we would have even argued. I don't even recall. And some people will say BS on that, but if you're in a relationship where you're arguing all the time, you're not compatible. It's just it's like waves for us. We just flow so well together.
Yeah, that's a great story. Yeah, it's like you got to become best friends before you. It sounds like you guys have, and then obviously got married. But that's a great thing you got going there.
I feel blessed every day, especially when I wake up in the morning, and first thing I get is a big smile, a hug, and a kiss on the cheek. We go downstairs and share coffee together. It's just, that's the way it is every day, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I've been married before for 19 years, and I tell you, never nothing like this. If I would have known it would have been like this, I would have waited for the right person.
Yeah,
But then I wouldn't have the three wonderful children and five beautiful grandchildren that I have now. So I can't say there's regrets. I guess it was a training period and a learning time for 19 years, I guess you could say.
yeah, that's definitely understandable. Yeah, but you like you say, you got three wonderful children, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah. So Mark, you've been friends online for a very long time. So, what's the first impression when you finally see each other? I mean, it starts at the airport, right?
Yeah, there's funny stories. I'm Makulit. Um, talking to my wife, yes, the normal things like, what's your favorite food? Well, what does she say? Pizza. I said, okay, when I go to the Philippines, I will bring you a pizza. She said, on the airplane, you'll bring me pizza? I said, I promise you 100%. As soon as I see you in the airport, I will hand you a pizza. Well, they got gummy pizzas. It's candy. It looks like pizza.
I know that.
I I brought her some gummy pizza, and she laughed so hard. I said, I kept my promise.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
So, did you had the same feelings? When online you decided to meet her because you feel you love her. And did you have the same feelings when you met her in person?
Actually, no, I did not. And the reason I say that is because online you're looking at a phone, or you're looking at a laptop, and you're looking at a beautiful lady with beautiful eyes, and she's sweet, she's kind, and everything else. I had strong feelings, but when I got to hold her hand, got to know her personality, like you said earlier, her physical mannerisms when she's speaking, when she's talking to others, seeing how she interacts with the family. Um, that's when it exploded. That's when I knew I truly fell in love with this lady. It was just amazing how sweet and how kind and loving she was. All the children coming up and wanting to be on her lap, and she's talking. And I didn't feel like I was second fiddle to family, but she made sure she made time for everybody, and that was important. Sorry about that. That was what's most important for me, is that somebody that has that much love, and I knew that she'd be the one to give me what I needed for the rest of my life.
What can you
And the
say
other
about?
thing that, oops, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Uh,
Continue, Mark.
the other thing that you had made mention to before, about them asking about money for this and money for that and rent and this and that. Yeah, I suffered through a lot of it, and a lot of lady boys pretending to be
True relationship, I mean, friendship online is when you become honest and transparent. How much will you go for honesty? I mean, how much information you can
online on YouTube. I wouldn't. I
online.
wouldn't. Oh, online.
Yeah.
Well, like you said earlier, and you hit the nail on the head, when, say, like my wife and I, we started talking when we were on Christian Filipina, and we got comfortable. Then we shared our messenger in Facebook stuff. And then you can go through their posts and how they post and see if they're with other people and other things and how they're reacting to stuff. You can get a sense of kind of what they are, but they can still be fake. But in the many hours, I would stay up almost all night, and Dara would actually watch me sleep at night. She wanted me to keep my camera open in case I had nightmares or night terrors. And there's times she seen me starting to struggle at night, and she would sing to me over the laptop to wake me up gently. And so we built a relationship there, and like I said, it got solidified when I got to hold her hand and be with her personally. Um, so online, I would be leery until you actually meet the person and see how they interact with the family. Because if they're like screaming at nanay, tatay, like maldita, you know, um, how are they going to treat you after you sign the papers? If they're kind and gentle to everybody, and you can witness that, and when you're around enough, you pop into like different circumstances when they're talking to somebody, and you can tell, you can see their body language.
Mhm.
Um, but Dara, she's a sweetheart, 24/7, unless
So,
she's really hungry. If she's really hungry, you either give her food or run.
Uh,
so again, talking about honesty and transparency, some will make it sure that the be so secured, right? So what if the woman started to ask you how much you're earning in a month, or do you have properties there and all like that? Would you give out those information?
Do you want to take that first, Radio Man, or do you want me to go?
no, I guess I'll follow you.
Okay, well, with us, and this is 100%, and there's going to be people I can't see your chat, or there might be comments later on when it reposts. They're going to say, they're going to call me a BSer, and when we were going, the only thing that Dara knew was that I was retired and that I had a house and a truck. She didn't know about the other properties, and she didn't know about anything else. She didn't know how much my pension was, and she never asked one time. And the thing is, even to this day, after 9 years of marriage, she's afraid to ask me if she wants like a more shampoo or something different. She's like Nahiyat. She's like shy to ask. And I said, honey, my money's your money. I got her own credit cards. She's never used them once. So for me, I have a unique circumstance. For everybody, their situation is not going to be like mine. I can say what mine is. So I can't speak for other men or other Filipina. I can just say what I have right now, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
She's never once asked me for a dime for her family, but once I got to know her, and her family has never asked me for a dime either. They've never asked once since we've met over almost 11 years ago. Never asked me at all for one cent. But I see certain things, and I know when there's a little bit of stress, or if my wife will say, "Oh, Kuya's in the hospital. He had this problem." Okay, well, I know that the Filipino, they have difficult times when somebody's in the hospital. Yeah, I'll send some money. I'll just send them money. I don't let them ask. I make sure that I take care of them before they have to. Because for a lot of Filipinos to act, the good Filipinos, that's even a bad thing to say. For many Filipinos, it's difficult to ask for help. They're very proud, strong people. For many of them, it's difficult for them to ask for help. And when you know there's a family dynamic or a situation that requires a little extra money, I understand that. I've been there long enough. I just send it ahead of time and just say, here, take this. And, it's not, you don't pay it back. This is a gift. Just take it and pay it off.
How about you, Regiman?
Yeah, I feel the same, a lot in the same thought process, I would say. And I like to be generous to people that would definitely need help. And I think it's kind of nice to me, it makes my heart feel good. So I don't mind sharing, helping people out. And it gives you a good feeling, and you know that they appreciate it. And you're not even looking for a thank you or anything. You just want to help them. And that's what we should do as human beings, is help each other out, I think. And like I said earlier, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's just words of encouragement, or whatever. But just boils down to try to be a good person.
Mm-hmm. The reason why I brought up the honesty and transparency is because some will they will like to know that, because they don't want their relationship stays online. If the foreigner will visit Philippines, he could he could afford it, right? Right, and that if he plans for giving her a fiance visa, he has to show something on the embassy. So some, they would like to know that.
Well, to kind of back up the bus a little bit in our relationship, in have I've been to the Philippines 9 times, and I've talked to many people, and a lot of times, what do you do? How much do you make? How much does it cost to eat every day? How much do you pay for this? How much? If I buy a bag of dog food to bring back to the dogs, which don't do that. Filipino dogs don't eat dog food. Waste of money. They'll say, how much does that cost? You show up with a new sombrero, new hat. How much you pay for that? Everything revolves around how much,
Mm.
and that's very offensive to foreigners. And I didn't know how to act to that. And if I said, Hindi ko alam, I don't know, they're, oh, you're rich, you don't have to worry about money. And then I thought, yeah, that wasn't a good thing. um, and there was, you sit with the Barcada's group of friends, and you're drinking Red Horse, and you have your Pluta, and and everything going on, and everybody's getting a little bit tipsy, and they're asking like some pretty serious questions about how much you make, stuff like that. My wife's family has never done that. It's usually the others, the outsiders, or the extended family,
Mhm.
and those are usually the ones that are going to ask for something. And like Emily said, in this comment has been made to me multiple times. Oh, you came to the Philippines, you live in the Philippines, you got a hotel room, you eat out, you're rich. They think that Americans are just like these multimillionaires. Not all of them, but most of them. And my wife didn't really realize how much it costs to live in America, especially the last 3 years. She's like, wow, everything's more expensive now. What used to cost me $10-15 a day for food is now costing between $30 and $40 for the same amount of food. So yeah, we do make more money than the average Filipino. But we're not rich by far. It costs a lot. We have property tax. We're required to have insurance on our homes. We're required to have insurance on our vehicles. If you don't have insurance on your vehicle, you can go to jail. And, that's for all my insurance for 2 vehicles, motorcycle, trailer, in house, it's almost $300 a month just for that. Not including property taxes on multiple properties. So they, to my knowledge, I don't think Emily could clear that up. I don't think they pay property tax yearly in the Philippines to the
No,
government.
we pay property tax yearly, and also, you know, car registration yearly.
Yeah.
But
The thing that Americans should know that if you make 23,000 US dollars, and this is approximate, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to Google it real quick, but approximately 23,000 US dollars is 1 million pesos. So technically in the Philippines, you are a millionaire if you make 23,000 US
yeah,
dollars a month.
yes, you're right. Tim said back in 1980 when Ray and I met, I made $340 per payday every 2 weeks. Now she reaps the rewards of loyalty as we make $7,200 a month living in the Philippines. Wow. John said everything costs way too much in United States. No joke is that bad.
That is
Mm.
true. I went grocery shopping yesterday, I guess it was, and it seems like things just go up every time I go. I bought some cheese. It doesn't sound 40 cents isn't a lot of money, but when you go every couple weeks to get groceries and it goes up, before you know it, in a year, it's went up, 30, 40%. And that, when you're retired, for me anyway, it, takes away from the bottom line. But I guess it's just as long as you have enough money to live and have a little extra to put in the bank each month, that's all you can hope for nowadays.
And that's true. And my wife has been here for 6 years, and she has seen the changes. And she shakes her head every time we have the receipt. She's lights like this. I won't get into it, but um, going back to something else, trust. When you love and you trust somebody and you can trust them, I put my wife on all my property. Her name's on my house. Her names are on my properties. Her names are on my vehicles. So if anything ever happens to me, she has added assets. I don't think Dara's going anywhere. I don't think she's using me. I've got a friend here that married a Filipina, and they don't realize I lived in this area my whole life, and I got a lot of friends, and she works with some of my friends. They don't tell her. But she said, I'm just waiting for my husband to die so I can take everything. That's what she said. She said, I want to take everything and move on to a new man. That's dirty.
Yeah, that is. Wow. I guess at the end of the day, it just you got to know the person and take your time to develop that relationship and learn their culture. If you end up dating a foreigner, and you both got to understand each other's culture and respect that.
Bruce is at home now.
What? Bruce got to fly back to Egypt?
Yes, the link. I'm being careful after the first encounter.
Yeah. I warned you, Emily. I warned you that could happen. Now you know.
Yeah. Bruce, Sean said that you're in Egypt. So, Mark, I have a question, and I just want. I mean, I'm just curious, and is it true then when you bring your wife to the U.S. that they will require you to show some stuffs to prove that uh, you can take care of your wife even if she will not have a job, and show some properties and money in bank. Is that true?
Okay. And again, this is my experience. Dara came here in 2017. What I had to prove when I see, some people get fiance visa, and all my friends got fiance visas, and they regret it.
Why?
I like the fiance visa. They had more hoops, more biometrics, more traveling. The fiance visa is not very strong. So if, like for me and Dara, when I applied for a spousal visa, and I applied for a visa for our son. Um, and especially if you're married for like 2 years or more, even if you're in the Philippines, when they get here, it's an automatic 10-year green card at the time.
Mm.
So I don't know. For me, getting married in the Philippines was better for me than getting a fiance visa and getting him. The only difference between my friends getting their fiance visas at the same time as I was getting a spousal visa was
Mm.
3 months. I had I had more surety because they can get their fiance visa, pop here, and just float off somewhere else. With the spousal visa, it's more solid, and the fiance visa does not get the green card, the 10-year green card. I think it's a 2 year, if even that. I'm not familiar with the spousal visa or fiance visa. Somebody
Mm.
else may be able to expound on that. Sorry.
So, what requirements they ask you
Oh,
with the spousal visa?
well, with the spousal visa, for each person that lives in the home, you have to make a minimum of 22,000 at the time. I don't know if it went up or went down. We're talking going on 7 years that I applied for it.
Mhm.
Um, the the sponsor, which is me, had to be able to provide for my wife and my son They look at household income, and it had to be $22,000 per person, and you had to be able to provide medical insurance or medical expenses for that individual, and be able to provide for them for the term of the contract. And we needed marriage certificate, birth certificates, things like that. It's been so long, I forgot half the process. I hired a lawyer. I had the lawyer do it. People say, "Oh, you just wasted $1,200." Well, and if there's a problem, then they go to court with me. So I got $1,200 peace of mind. So it didn't bother me. So for the ones that like to do it themselves, that's fine. I just like getting a lawyer. Matter of fact, our lawyer just called us in. We're working on citizenship.
Hello, sis MK. Uh, you, I sent you the link on Facebook if you want to join.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that about when can your wife apply for citizenship? And now, is your son, is he automatically uh, considered a citizen already?
He's a stepson. And so no, I call him my son because I'm his dad.
Yeah.
But he's under the green card, and he's soon turning 18. And so he's on his own. He's not under the coverage of his mom anymore. So soon he'll be getting his own citizenship too. He wants to join the military.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I love him.
Hey, sounds cool.
Yeah, and so if the child is under the age of 17, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. So if anybody's Googling it, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, under the age of 17, they're under the protection of the mother. At that time, they're considered a juvenile. So when the mother gets her green card, the child pretty much gets an automatic green card as long as the sponsor, which would be like me or you or whoever is bringing them to America, can provide the monetary amount, $22,000 per person at the time. So that's $66,000 a year that the individual has to make. My allergies, I'm sorry. Once those requirements are met, it was smooth sailing for us. We were fine. And like I said, and to solidify my wife's citizenship application in the future, she's got ties here. All my properties and assets are tied to her. My pension is tied to her. There's no problem. So once we go ahead and apply, things should be okay. Hopefully, I answered your question.
That's, that's Bruce, welcome to the panel.
Hey, Bruce, that don't look like Egypt. That looks like the moon.
That's the moon.
Sean said you live in Egypt.
Don't listen to him. He don't know where I
Well, I
live.
didn't listen to him. I read what he said.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, well, don't just ignore it.
Our topic for today is about friendship.
Friendship.
So, and then
Okay.
we discuss about the online friendship, and we know that you have met some YouTubers.
Oh yeah, I've
So can
met
you
several.
can you tell us what happened when you met them?
Well, most of them, it's just just like meeting, making friends with anybody that you would meet anywhere, really. It's I don't find it really any different. It's just except that uh, they may live uh, thousands of miles away from me. That's the big difference. Uh, you know, uh, you know, there's there are certain people that I have met that I mean, on YouTube that no doubt I'll probably be friends with them for good. Uh, some some people I would be leery of, and some people I wouldn't I wouldn't want to spend 2 minutes around. You know. Take care, Tropical Tim. Good to see
Take
you.
care, Tropical Team.
Yeah,
Thanks for
peace to you too.
dropping by.
But I've met some. I think for the most part, I've met some pretty nice people. Here.
How many
And
times did you do a meet up with your online friends?
I'm sorry. Do what now?
How many times you have meet up with your online friends?
Okay. Are you talking about online in general, or are you talking about YouTube?
Online in general.
Online in general. Well, online in general. That's that would consist of a lot of people because of the fact that you know so many of my like Facebook friends are people I went to school with, people that I have worked with,
Mm.
uh, and then people I've met through someone else, that kind of thing. Uh, so there's been several of those, and you know, we had some get-togethers here locally. Uh, it was called Westfest, and we did that more than once actually. Where But again, these were people that I had, known down through the years, even before meeting them online. Uh, I probably have met more people just strictly online,
Mhm.
uh, probably through YouTube more so than anywhere else. I have met some on Facebook too, but most of them I think have been on YouTube. Uh, you know, uh, and we did do a get together with Belt Loop 29.
Mhm.
But it was a real small get together. It wasn't very big. There wasn't, but I don't, maybe a dozen of us were there. It was a small gathering of people. Uh, he's had more opportunity to get out and meet some folks. I know here recently uh, he was over in Alabama and they had a get together, and I think there may have been a lot of people at that get together. Uh, you know, but uh, it's been good to be able to meet up with him and uh, a few other local bloggers. Uh, you know,
I have a serious question for you, Bruce.
don't pierce my heart here, Emily.
I mean, how do you think it would be like finally meeting Luke and Sean Williams in person?
Well, I mean, I think that would be cool. If we could meet, I would love to be able to meet, uh, other people here on YouTube. I'd like to meet Radio Man and Merc. I'd like to meet Brother Sean, and if it was possible, if we could uh, manage to get with him. You know, of course, Luke is in Belgium, and so that might be a little bit of a challenge there.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I mean, I would love to meet all these people.
Luke
You
said
know,
he's gonna be in the Philippines soon. It's just
yeah. Well, it's
he
possible we
I
could
think
meet
he
up
bought
in the
his house already.
Philippines. For all I know.
So, Bruce, when we meet up, should I bring squirrel stew or rabbit stew?
Oh boy. You don't need to bring anything. Just bring yourself, okay? We'll go out and find food.
We'll make
Does that include clothes? I don't need to bring clothes.
Well, I wouldn't say that now. Don't.
Well, I'm just asking. You just don't
No,
know.
you bring your own clothes now. But
we'll make a
remember
Bruce Balut
if
Merc. We'll make
if
Bruce
it
eat
ended
Balut.
up being here in the South, just remember it would be in the South, so it's not going to be like the weather down here would certainly be different than it would be up your way, up in Michigan. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, we go sometimes years at a time without getting any snow here, and
Yeah, we spent midsummer in Missouri, and it was like the Philippines for us.
oh yeah,
My wife loved
it's
it and spent time with the grandchildren. It was awesome.
don't make yourself naked, Sir Mertz.
Who bad isn't bad?
Sean
Yeah,
Williams
MK said
will
that.
bring the cake. Sean loves cake.
Oh boy. I'd like to meet DeVal Don sometime. I mean, that would be cool.
Are you near where the Bowdon lives?
No, I'm not. He's up in New Jersey,
Mm.
so that's quite a
Mm-hmm.
that would be quite a drive from here.
Regiman said he wants to meet you, Bruce.
Yeah, well, I'd love to meet Radio Man, and it's a distance, but it's not. Uh, I'll put it this way: it wouldn't be much worse than say making a drive to Texas or something. It might be a little more of a challenge, but not.
Yeah, I think it's probably about 600 miles, maybe. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
you're close to Monroe, Louisiana, and I think I told you before. I have some friends that go up there at least once a year and see. So
oh, okay.
I could make a side. I could make a side turn there and come over your way.
Well, let's see. From where you are, you could actually, uh, just to get to Monroe, if you took Interstate 10 into Mississippi, you could go, drive to Gulfport and then go and then get on Highway 49 and go north. And I live right off of Highway 49 up in at the extreme north portion of Simpson County.
Okay, yeah. I don't like I say I don't think. Well, how many? How far are you to Monroe, Louisiana?
Uh, let's see. Hold on, I'll have to look that up.
I'm thinking it's only less than 100 miles. I think.
No, it's over 100
Oh,
miles.
is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be over 100. Hold on a minute, I'll find out.
Sean said, "Don't worry, brother Bruce. You have a service driver named Luke."
Oh boy.
The meetup is in Egypt. That's what Sean said. MK said, "Oh wow, Regiman has
Okay.
a different accent from Merckx and Bruce."
From where I live, it's 144 miles to Monroe.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not so bad.
That's not too bad. You can do it in 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
MK. There's a huge difference in accent from me and Bruce. I can say things fast. It takes Bruce 15 minutes.
He's exaggerating now.
You know,
Okay, yeah, I did. It's
time
14 minutes, but
one time we played around with the accent. Bruce was saying all the accents in the US.
Yeah. Well, actually, people in
But
Michigan. I've met people in Michigan before. There was this one guy that I knew. I met. He went to the same school I did. He was. I think he was. I think he was a grade ahead of me, but he was from Michigan, and yeah, they talk fast. They talk very fast compared to us old Southern drawl.
and a lot of us have. Yeah, I've learned to talk, especially through the military, how to talk on radio and enunciate. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you get up here, you betcha you're going to hear a lot of different things. Eh?
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
When my wife Dara first come up here, she's like, "What language is that?"
and me as a Filipina, I think one that's hard for me to listen to is the guys from Alabama. It's hard to
Alabama.
yeah. I heard some that's
They don't really sound much different than they do here in Mississippi.
Oh
You know.
yeah, they do. They got that southern drawl. You know what I mean?
like that.
You're all going
Well,
on down yonder, and you're gonna go to the frogging hole, and you know what? You're gonna get you some frogs.
And sometimes they use words that I've never heard. Like
Yeah, you ones don't understand what's going on down there in Alabama.
Williams love. So I think as a Filipina, that's one hard accent to understand.
probably as far as talking is concerned,
Mm.
uh, you would probably have the clearest pronunciations of anywhere in Alabama if they came from Huntsville. Now, there's a reason I'm saying this. Huntsville is where uh, uh, a lot of NASA's uh, work was done, and there were people from all over the country that ended up moving to Huntsville, Alabama. So
Mm.
you won't find as much of the so-called Southern drawl there. You know,
Mm. I
in fact,
just I I will say you this speak slowly.
well, MK, you got to understand, Mississippi. Yeah, we have a deep Southern accent here. You know,
If Southern people talked any slower, they'd fall asleep.
oh boy.
And they use different language sometimes, right, Mark? Like, what did you just said?
Yeah, well, it's different regions in the United States have different accents. Like up here, like if I talk like a Youper, like I'm talking to my friends and stuff like that, we're gonna talk like this, and we're gonna go over to the store and we're gonna get a couple of beers and we're gonna sit down and drink.
It's
Um, that's gonna make like I said, I learned how to enunciate so people can understand, and that's for the Southerners too.
Oh yeah.
Like up here, we say, youth guys come here. But down south, y'all come here now. They're y'all, we're youth guys. And up here where I'm at, there's a lot of Finlanders. So there's a lot of Finnish language.
Mhm.
So, like, not too far north of us. Instead of saying pants, they say trousers. You put on your trousers now, eh? You put on your pants now, eh?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or
we
you
don't
put on
wear
your pants.
trousers too
Yeah,
much
you don't.
here.
Yeah, um,
It's yeah.
but that's prevalent up north, just
Oh,
not
I
far
know.
up north of us.
Right.
So I can imagine how Dara dealt with that. Mark, when uh, coming
Be
in
right
the
back.
US for the very first time, then you all talk and you English like that, and you know how
Well,
she able to deal with that.
it's like the Philippines. There's different dialects to each region of the United States. Um, like out towards California, they have like the Valley talk, and they talk a little bit different. And nowadays, I can't even understand a teenager. They got so many different. Gen X is their own thing, but growing up and being in the military, one of the guys, his last name was Bisher. I won't say his first name because I don't want to out him on YouTube, but oh, he had a strong Finlander accent. You know, I'm going to get my trousers on, and then we're going to go outside and then we're going to shovel the snow. And they just say it so fast. It's like, then when I went to Missouri or I go to a different state and about, they say, what did you just say about? Like if I say it like a Michigander about, did you say a boat? No, a boat about. We're going to go about. We're going to go over there. It's a little bit different. We're going to go over there, and we're going to go about over there. And then we're going to walk through the snow. Um, there's when you, especially the older people, there's a stronger accent. Not so much now, but growing up in the 70s and 80s, wow, I had a hard time just listening to some of my relatives because they were so fast when they talked. But it's like dialects in the Philippines, like Dara speaks Kapapangan.
Mhm.
I've learned Ilongo and then, Tagalog and different things. You can tell when somebody's from a different region in the Philippines just by their accent.
Yeah. So what can you say about Filipinos when they speak English, Mark?
Sorry. That kind,
It's just our second language. I mean, at home
come
we
on.
don't really speak English. We only
Well, how
speak
do
it.
you feel about me speaking Tagalog? My Tagalog is poor.
No, actually, your Tagalog is good.
Sometimes Dara laughs, especially with Kapapangan. But
Mhm.
the thing that got me with going to some of these other YouTube channels, that's how I learn. I'm trying to learn the Tagalog or Ilongo, Cebuano, whatever language. I'm trying to learn. And the Filipina, some of them got so offended. Oh, you don't talk like that. And then there's speaking in English. Their English is so broken, not even nobody could understand them, and they're so strict on their own language, but when they're speaking English, even now when I go to some Filipino channels, it's difficult to decipher what they're saying. And even Dara says, oh, the goat's so long na. Uh,
So
she
believe me.
lost her pieces of English, but she really tries. And I'm going to tell you a secret, and she's going to punch me in the face maybe tomorrow if she sees this. Uh, now she's got a Yooper accent, Upper Michigan accent,
Mhm.
and when she goes back to the Philippines, I think her family's going to have a hard time understanding her.
Hello, Adrian. Thank you for dropping by. Yahoo!
Yeah, Ronald
How about you?
McDavid.
How about you, Bruce? Do you have hard time understanding Filipinos English?
Oh, sometimes. Uh, you know, some some people just say their speech is just clearer than others.
Mhm.
Oh, you know, and I I've been amazed actually at how some Filipinos uh, they speak English very fluently, and
Mhm.
then I've seen others that just you know it was like they were struggling to make their words.
Yeah,
And
but
I've
if
seen
they
I've
could,
seen it go all between in between that too. It's just uh,
it's just like if they continue to speak, and then you're getting what they're saying, right, Bruce? That's
yeah,
what.
yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Well, if I could interject here on some of my experience, um, it's all good if they speak broken English or they're trying. At least they're trying. I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
so many
I agree.
YouTube channels. I won't mention their name because I don't want to make them shy. But from the first time they started speaking English, because they knew that their biggest audience was America,
Yeah.
their English has gotten very good, and I'm very impressed. Um,
Hmm.
some of the people were teachers, some of the people were just province people, and they really learned by interacting with American YouTubers. And with that, that's how I learn as well, by speaking to them, different things. And I'll ask my wife, "Oh, what did that mean? What did she say?" And oh yeah, that. And then oh okay, alam ko na. You know.
MK said, "Remember at Shooting Star MS, I learned to speak English because of you. My English is totally broken." She said. But because we speak only English when we're talking to you guys. I mean, other than that, we speak our dialects inside the house. So it's like when we talk to you guys, it's like we're having our practice. Although nowadays there are tutorials, with the kids. I mean, you're gonna be so amazed how they have, the British accent, the American accent, because they've gone to school.
Well, your English is very well. You speak English very well.
Yeah.
But what most Americans like, the V's are B's, like, stove instead of stove. There's, the pronunciation, especially on vowels. Like, now I have a brain fart on how to explain it. Like niebe, like snow, niebe. The E is a hard E, niebe.
Mhm.
Um, so the vowels are pronounced different, and like the T's, the V's, it's just way different, and that's how you were taught since you were in school. Correct me if I'm wrong, Emily.
Mm.
The English language has 26 letters,
That's
That's
and the
correct.
Tagalog language only has what, 23 or 24?
uh, oh my gosh, that's like a review. I think
Yeah, now that's a hard question
it,
for you.
no, it's like the same with the English alphabet, but there's the ng, the ng word, and the enye.
Sobrang makulit, you know,
English
they,
English letters plus the ng and the enye. The
yeah.
because we have like senorita, we don't spell that as, yo. It's enye. You know, N with
The
like,
Spanish spelling.
and the
Well,
NG.
Tagalog is 60% Spanish based, like sombrero, baño, señorita,
Yeah,
like that. They're not Kabigan, that's Tagalog.
because
Uh,
the new Filipino alphabet, they put there the X, you know, X, the Q, they put it there.
mhm,
The new Filipino alphabet, because because the word X-ray, you know, it's English and it's the same time using Filipino X-ray. There's no Tagalog term for
mhm.
X-ray like that.
But like
Mm.
if you, and that's what started confusing me because one word, depending on how it's said, could mean different things.
Yes, true.
Like mahal, mahal, or buto, buto, the different meanings. Diba?
Yeah.
You're laughing,
The
My wife don't like when I joke.
mahal can be love or can be expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Mahal na mahal kita. Expensive love.
Yeah, like the baby in Filipino, it's sanggol, but you don't tell your girlfriend or your wife, you will not call her sanggol, you know, for
Oo.
baby. You will not say that.
Yeah, sanggol, bata, anak, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's always like mahal ko, honey ko,
Mhm.
like that. Or the kapapangin ojo, it's sweetheart. What was the other one? To me is sweet, like if you're eating, but not get a brain fart. I just said it today.
You know
Uh,
what I'm guilty of, you know, with English is that, you know, I sometimes I should say him, I would say her, or sometimes I should say she and I'll say he.
Tama, because in the Philippines they use siya. They don't use pronouns like he, him, her, she, his. So even now, Dara, she don't struggle with it, but every once in a while it's a little bit wrong. It's usually sha when
Yeah.
when they explain that, diba.
Hello, Mix. Thanks for
Oh,
dropping by.
I was thinking melambing. Melambing and tamis are two different. I used to say tamis when I wanted to be sweet, but it's melambing.
Mhm. But they said there are no pronouns in Tagalog, right? I think there's pronouns.
Yeah, well, kinda. From what I see, it's like sha babae, sha lalaki, like that. Diba?
Mm. Yes.
When you're trying to like localize who you're talking about, sha, like that person,
Mm-hmm.
babae. Okay, that girl. Diba?
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm guilty of. You know, the gender, the he, she, her, his. Sometimes I say she has, and it's a guy.
She has big bagote. She has some malaki bagote. She has big beard.
Yeah. Bruce is laughing because he knows that, right, Bruce? Sometimes a Filipino will have a mistake on that he, she, her, his.
Oh yeah.
Double don't know how to speak Cebuano. So, how about your regimen? Have you encountered that having a hard conversation with Filipina?
No, not really. I just probably have to somewhat concentrate a little bit more to understand some of them, but for the most part, I understand real good. And if I don't, I just ask them to repeat it.
Mm. So what's the common like grammar mistake you encountered so far? Are you guys like a grammar police? Like, if I mean, for me, it's a good thing that once I speak English and someone will correct me. I mean, I will really appreciate that, because I'm gonna learn things.
If I
But
can interject again, in the past, when I tried to correct Filipino, they're very proud, and then they get nahiyat, they get shy.
mm,
So, like, if you're in the province or you're talking to the family and they make the mistake, a he, she, or you don't understand, and you try to correct them, then they shut down. So for me, I just let them talk and just try to figure it out. Some are more accepting than others because, in my experience, when you talk to a Filipino or a Filipina and they're excited to talk to you, they run out of English very fast. They say, I lost my pieces. I used my last piece of English.
mhm.
And then I don't want them to shut down. I want them to be happy. It seems like more the older people are
Mm,
better at it than the younger ones now.
yeah. How about you, Bruce? Would you you know tell the Filipino that you should said this instead of that, right? Are you gonna correct if you heard some wrong grammar?
Oh no, uh, no, I can't see doing that really. Uh,
Thank you so much, Brett. Like and share the stream, everyone. Brett, Brett is very supportive.
hmm Oh yeah, Brett's very supportive.
Like Bruce, I know you have lots of Filipino friends, and you support a lot of YouTubers.
Yeah, for the most part, I wouldn't get up there and try to correct them. Uh, Now, if they were to ask,
Mhm.
if this is correct, that would be different. Uh, but if they're doing the best they can, uh, then I can accept that. That's fine.
MK said, and I get jealous, Ems. I smell blood. How about you, Rajaman?
No, I'm kind of like Bruce in that regards. I wouldn't say anything unless they ask if that's the proper way to say it. But I figure they're speaking my language and I can't speak theirs, so I have no room to judge them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, I know very few Filipino words,
And
and
I'm not good at learning
yeah,
languages. I
But
took Spanish in high school
I
one,
have Spanish in high school.
and I did okay in it, but I could have probably done better. But I'll have to admit, that for me, it's just I have trouble sometimes remembering uh, certain words. I don't know
Mm.
why that is
Uh,
because
yes.
but it's just that's just the way just that's just me.
Sean Williams said, I don't correct any of my Philippine friends. Uh, is that at all? Ever on their mistakes of English, I tell them not to worry about it. If you want to learn any language, Adrian is your the best teacher. in the world.
Oh boy.
Mix has a question for Merc.
Looky longer.
Mm-hmm. Don said, Bruce is okay to say. Donna, you know, you know that
I
word.
don't think so, Don.
And Don, do you know many Filipino words, Don? Did you try learning the Filipino language? How about you, Bruce? Are you willing to learn more Filipino
Oh
language?
yeah, sure.
Mark, can you give tips to Bruce on what should be the first Filipino words to learn? I mean the
I
essential
mean, there's
Filipino
some I
words.
already know, you know,
Mm.
and I just learned what Val Don was out there saying it was okay for me to say, which is not true.
because
Well,
because
I can
mm-hmm.
go ahead. Sorry.
Mark, go ahead, Mark.
No, I can tell you what words not to say, or otherwise your wife will punch you in the face. I know all the bad words,
Now just
but
tell the good words because we are G rated.
like and don't take it personal because sometimes when a Filipino talks, especially if it's like in their province language, it sounds angry, like Kapampangan. So you say, gusto mo ito? Do you want this? Ayoko yan. I don't want that. And they will turn their head and squint their eyes. There's a lot of facial expression in Filipinos. They point with their lips, they squint with their eyes, or they raise their eyebrows if they like it. So there's a lot of facial recognition going on too. So ayoko yan. I don't want that. So many different things. I don't know. I've been married to my wife, and I've been trying to learn. I'm not fluent in Tagalog or any other language, but I know enough not to be sold by 5'6". Don't be sold by 5'6", guys.
5'6".
Yeah, that's the pawn shop. If your wife takes you to the pawn shop, run.
Don said, Bruce, say halikan mo ako. That's Filipino for kiss me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just saw that.
That's essential, Don. To essential Filipino word, dude. No. Shan said, Sir Emily, I tried to learn each day of your language. Each Philippine friends I know try to teach me bits by bits. I have to get better. That would be nice. And Don said, his ex said that he was so makulit. Makulit's like naughty. It's like naughty, right, Don? Mhm.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I had the hardest time with the Tagalog language is the difference between makulit and meliko, because meliko is way different than makulit. Meliko is more like busy or can't sit still or always energy. Diba?
Hello, Tina and Bem Bem. You know, Tina had been so sweet yesterday. I went to her live stream and he surprised me with the birthday song.
She surprised you.
Yeah, with the birthday song.
You said he.
Ah, she. I mean, she
I'm correct. You.
did. She said,
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
yeah, I said I'm guilty with that. Oh, mixed new. Oh, the Philippines are lots of fun places like the Palawan. Yeah, mix is right.
Mhm.
Thanks for the thumbs up, Tinay. You know, my first time to be in her live stream, and I mean, I really enjoyed it. Tina is so very energetic.
Oh, shit, I
It's like,
know.
yeah, even she's kind of sick. It's like, woo, like that, full of energy. I mean, this girl is different. Like, have you been to her live stream? I mean, she's full of energy.
Yeah. We love going on Tanai and Bem's channel. They're beautiful, awesome people. I love their content.
Yeah, it was my first time being in her live stream, and I was like, "Oh, this girl is like energetic." Even, I think she has cold or she's coughing, but the show must go on.
Well, she sings to us.
Yeah, she has a very nice
Oh,
voice,
yeah.
like a
Oo.
deeper voice. So she can sing very
Yeah.
high range songs.
Maganda, di ba?
Yes.
One of the things I love saying in the morning to my wife,
Mm.
magandang umaga, mahal ko. Gusto ko yakap at halik, paki. And then I get a hug and a kiss.
Would you like that, Bruce? Bruce, have you been to Tina and Bem Bem live
Oh,
stream?
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I've been to her channel a few times.
yeah,
Hmm.
she's like so energetic, and she
Oh,
she
yeah.
laughs too, and and I, I really enjoyed her live stream, but I was there like few minutes before she ended it.
Tanai and Bem have a wonderful channel. We really enjoy that, and we enjoy them. They're great people. Beautiful smile, always in her, but she always has to sell something. She's got a sorry store.
Oh.
Yeah, because like MK, she will stand up and say, there's someone that's buying in her store, and she lives in Davao. So, Mercury, you've been around the Philippines. So, by far, which is the best province that you have visited?
All of them. Um, I really love Panay Island. I love Ackland, Antique, Boracay Island. So relaxing, so friendly. I like getting out of the city. Um, I just really love Panay Island. Iloilo province is maganda.
Tina said, Tito Mark, show na your handsome face. She wants to see FPJ.
I would do that, but you know what? My wife, she has copyright on my face, so I have to charge $5 for every appearance.
Wow, copyright. Like Bruce plans to have copyright for his laughs. We can make Bruce laugh as our ringtone. The last time I live stream with him is that some of my friends really had fun hearing his laughs. I said, "Who's that guy? His laughs were contagious." But he said, I said that's a Bruce because it's the first time I invited Bruce in a StreamYard. I mean, my first time with Merc StreamYard is the first time I used StreamYard. Where's the MK? She said she's gonna join us.
Well, I don't know.
Probably still busy. So Reggie Man, are you still awake there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just learning all kinds of things.
So are you willing to learn more Filipino words?
Well, yes, I would, but sometimes I have a hard time remembering where I park when I go to Walmart. So I don't know if it'd be so easy for me to learn, but I'll give it a shot.
Mhm. Shan said, Sister Emily, that's my alarm clock each morning. Bruce laugh. Wow.
Oh
What's
For
boy.
Bruce?
anybody that wants to learn Tagalog, like I said, I have a little bit of a Spanish base that I can
Mm,
go off of. But when you have a person that you're living with, a significant other, um, like the clouds are ugly, pengit ulap, it's ugly clouds, or magandang araw. Araw could be the sun or day, depending on how it's used. Sarap sa araw. Um, for me, like banyo or CR, the word saan banyo paki. If you got to go, where's the bathroom, please? You pee in the banjo, and that's how I started learning banyo. I just learned to word associate, like parts of the body, liig, muka, teenga, mata, braso, liig, pinte, paa. Uh,
feet.
yeah, paa or pata, pata. That's
Yeah, that's
pig feet.
legs, but
Paa sa delivery are the toes. Kamay sa delivery are the fingers.
Mhm.
Kamay, I just started learning it when my wife would say, "Oh, sobrang masakit sa braso," and she's like moving. It's like, "Oh, now I know that her arm is hurting." Or sobrang masakit sa kamay ko. Now I know her hands are hurting, because she's working too much. Or masakit sa ulo, I have headache. Uh, or chan, batuka, you just start learning some of it. Uh, I'm sorry, my Tagalog is poor, but I just learned from my wife.
Mm. So there's a question here if you still do full time camping around states. I mean, do you do that every year?
Sino Dao, who said that?
Mix it was
Uh,
he's asking.
we don't do full time camping mix. We camp when the time is there for camping. We have a lot of property, and we go there and enjoy and hunt. We love being alone and love being in the forest, and we have the luxury to do it. So, coming up soon, we're going to be hunting and getting ready for hunting deer.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a big pastime here in Mississippi is deer hunting for a lot of these people.
Already busy. Have you been into like that?
Well, I actually have not been able to go deer hunting in years. Uh, I don't even own a gun anymore.
Mm. How about you, Regiman? Do you go on camping?
Oh, I love to go camping, but I don't go hunting.
Mm.
There's really nothing. All the animals here in Florida that you can hunt, like alligators, they scare me to death. Snakes, not a big fan of them either. So maybe if I lived up where Merc is from, I might go hunting. But down here, all the animals they want to eat you. So I have no interest in hunting down here.
Iguanas, a lot of iguanas.
Well, if you go to Miami during the cold snap, they just fall out of the trees literally
Wow.
and lay on the
Yeah, you
ground.
just pick them up like
Yeah,
apples.
you pick them up and take them home.
Huh.
Yeah, it happens pretty much usually 1 or 2 days a year. They'll get a cold snap, maybe down to 45 degrees or something, and they literally fall. They get paralyzed and fall out of the tree. So they recommend that if they fall in a shady spot, they recommend you just go pick them up if you want. If you're not afraid of them, then put them in the sun, and they'll eventually come to and carry on with life.
Mm-hmm. So, is there any thing you used to do when you were younger that you still do today? Like, with when it comes up to going out, like that. I mean, like camping and all. Do you do that when you were young and then still do it right now?
I take Dara way up north when we go camping. Um, I was 1 year old when my dad started taking me camping in that place, and Dara loves it. That's the one that's on our channel. Um, Takes us a while to get there, long drive, but for 51 years I've been going there. We got our property. She loves going there. We did Jeep camping, we do hunting, we do other things on our land. Dara likes cutting trees with an axe or a chainsaw or something else. Got to get her out there with a chainsaw. I didn't take the video on that one, but yeah, fishing, everything that I did when I was a child, I do with my wife, and she loves it.
Hmm. How about you, Bruce? You still work and you're busy, but what will be your time for a vacation, or what do you do for a vacation? Like, when you have long holiday, like long weekend, how are you spending it?
You asking me?
Yes,
Oh,
because you're still working, you don't have much time to
yeah.
travel and all like that. But if there's a chance that you will have like long weekend, during holidays, what will you be doing by then?
Well, uh, I would certainly want to go spend some time with my kids and grandkids.
Do they live near from
Yeah,
you?
yeah, they don't live very far. Uh,
Especially during the holidays, right? I know you stay there for the
oh
holiday.
yeah. Now, if I could take enough time off, I would love to go visit my cousins. Oh,
Mhm. I remember you went to Texas, right, Bruce?
yeah. Now that was to visit my sisters, and I'd love to go back out and visit them again.
Yeah, I seen the video. It's like, you surprise her.
Hmm. Yeah,
that's
I'd
that's
love to
like,
go back out and visit them again. But
but you
I've got two cousins. One lives in Tennessee, and the other one lives in Georgia. And I'd love to be able to go and visit them too. Uh,
yeah, but
I had a cousin in New Orleans, but she just recently passed away.
yeah, but you're not able to find me a Texan oiler when you went to Texas.
Well, sorry.
I was just kidding. Mix
I
is
know.
asking, do you butcher the deer Mercury?
Yes, I butcher the deer myself. I taught my sons how to do it, and we got a lot of pride in cleaning our own game that we harvest. Yeah, I do butcher my own, and I make my own steaks, jerky, and hamburger out of whatever I catch.
That's good.
Mercury is a good cook.
Most people I know that hunt deer, uh,
Mm,
they uh, they take it to a butcher and get it
yeah,
done there?
A butcher costs between 150 and $200 now. I had done it in the past when I was working, but now that I'm retired, just take the time. And Dara even likes, you put the meat on a table, you start slicing it up into the steaks you want, you put it in a butcher paper, you put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
You know what? That's your meat. You harvest it, you do everything. No, it's nice.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Mm.
when I was taking up my culinary course, we we can have the butcher class, butchering a whole pig, and the fee costs $100 that time. There's a fee if you wanna learn how to butcher the pig and the whole pig. Imagine how much it costs when you go to the province and you just watch them do it. Uh, those provinces that where they cook lechon, that you can easily watch it there how they do it.
Yeah, I experienced that, and there they just have a big knife, like almost like either a machete or a hatchet, and they just start cutting. Uh, in the Philippines, the way I do it is more like a butcher. My dad taught me how to do it, but in the Philippines, there's always bone fragments, and they just hack, 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 and that's not how I do it. Way different.
Mick said most Filipino women know how to butcher the chicken. And yes, that's true. I know how. My mom knows how. We-
Do you
It's
keep
quite
the?
easy. Mm.
I was going to ask Merc. Do you keep the furs from the deer?
I sell those. I don't tan hides of any game that I catch. I sell them. Depends on the quality of the hide. I can get up to $50 for each hide, and I scrape them down myself, so I get a better price for it. So when I skin a deer or a coyote or whatever I'm getting, I take as much fat and as much meat off as I can.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, they it helps on the cost then, getting licenses and whatnot.
Mm. The
As a veteran, my licenses are free, so whatever I get is all on me. Um, they treat the veterans here very well. All hunting license and fishing license are free.
mm,
Well, that's good. That's a good benefit to have, and it's well deserved.
what is Mick's asking? I can see it. I cannot see
Well,
it.
you probably could, but I wouldn't want to eat one.
Cute. Mick's asking, can you eat a coyote?
No doubt,
Can you eat a coyote?
you can eat them, and I have eaten them, but you got to cook them well to make sure there's no parasites.
Mhm. But there are some species you cannot hunt, right, Merc? You're not allowed.
Yeah, the protected species you can't. There's some like coyote. There's so many of them. They're so destructive. It's open all year round. You can hunt them all year. Deer, you only have a certain period of time. Usually, well, for me, is between September and if you have a panel, bow and arrow, and then rifle, and then you have muzzle loading, so you can go from September to December to hunt deer. But coyote all year round. Bear, you have to have a special license also. Yeah, some things are closed at certain times so they have time to breed and regenerate. So just follow the rules. Don't break them and you won't go to jail.
Mhm. How about long drives, Merc? Do you do that with Dara? Going from state to state like that.
I do long drives. Like when we went to Missouri, it was 16 hours and I did it straight. I don't like doing the hotel and stopping off in places I don't know.
Mhm.
So I just get in the mindset, just do it so I don't have to see people or go into hotels in places I don't know.
So do you have like a portable cooker inside your truck? I mean, when you do long drives, do you stop
We
and cook like that?
we make sandwiches or we go to McDo or Burger King or fast food. Uh, but no, we don't cook in the vehicle.
Mm. How about you, Bruce? When you went to Texas, you just drove from Mississippi to Texas, Bruce.
Yeah, I'm. Hold on. Uh, I actually stopped and
Mm.
spent the night.
How many hours did you travel from Mississippi to Texas?
Let's see. I think it was. I wanted to say it was close to 12 hours. I don't know.
Mm.
Texas is such a big place, and I haven't done any traveling like that in so long that you know I it I could get used to it again if I was to do it regularly, but because I had not traveled that far of a distance in such a long time, I didn't want to take any chance.
Mm.
And my sister, uh, and this is the sister I stayed with out there. Her and her husband, they didn't really want me to take that chance. Uh, they were afraid I'd end up falling asleep at the wheel and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I
Ah,
just chose to,
do you have
you know,
like speed limit when you're off the road there in the U.S.?
the
The
speed
speed,
limit.
yeah.
Uh, well, yeah, the highways do have speed limits. Here in Mississippi and in Louisiana, it was 70 miles an hour on the interstate highways. Uh, I think in Texas you could go a little bit faster,
Mm.
but it also depended upon what kind of a highway you were on. I traveled part of the time on some 2-lane highways, mainly because it was recommended to me don't go through Dallas. So I didn't go through Dallas. And I can understand why. I remember it, when I got into Texas, the closer I got to Dallas, the more traffic you saw.
Mm.
And so, from what I was warned about it, they said that you know, going through Dallas, it was not. because Dallas has grown so much. In fact, that whole area there around Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas, has really grown a lot. Uh, and they said the traffic could be very unpredictable going through there.
Mhm.
So they recommended to me that I stop in this town. Uh, it was a place where they were familiar with, and that I spend the night there, and then get up in the morning. And instead of getting back on the interstate there, to travel south on this on a different highway. And the thing is it did take me to my destination. The whole idea was to get around Dallas and Fort Worth without
Mhm.
actually driving through it because of the traffic situation there. So it put me, when I finally got back to the interstate, and I was on a different highway by that, had gotten to arrived at a different highway by that time, uh, that took me south through Texas. And I was trying to drive toward Austin, Texas, which is south of Dallas and Fort Worth. And but I had to get off again, so I was on a different highway going south, and I was able to, pick back up on some time. But where my sister actually lives, you have to get off the interstate before you get to Dallas. I mean, before you get to Austin, and you have to drive down some uh, uh, roads that I think they called them farm roads
Mhm. Mhm.
or something like that. They weren't, uh, they weren't really highways. They were just numbered, like numbered country roads. And I was really, I actually liked the way they had all that organized in Texas, uh, because all the, you know, roads, instead of giving them names, they gave them numbers, and
Mhm.
it made it easier to find on the maps, you know, and
Well,
they
like here,
give you directions and that kind of thing.
like a lot of the roads that we travel, you have limited access highways, and you can go 65 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But on the interstate, most interstates that I go on, because they're limited access, 75 miles an hour. So you can get to point A to point B very fast.
Oh yeah,
Uh, it was very nice. Our trip was nice. We enjoyed it.
yeah. And if I could have stayed on and I could have stayed on the interstate and drove through Dallas and the Dallas area, but from the way it was told to me, uh, it would be almost like, well, that it would be just, you know, the traffic would be very heavy. Uh, Probably be driving at a very slow speed, trying to get through there, and that's what I was.
Yeah, GPS can give alternate routes if there's heavy traffic ahead.
Oh yeah.
And they'll take you down some farm roads, but usually you get back on and you're going fast again.
Well, anyway,
It
this
was nice.
this way that they told me, it really was kind of a nice drive. It wasn't bad at all, and there were certain places where 4 laned, and then it went back 2 lane again, and that kind of stuff. Which you can kind of expect that. Uh, but then once I got to where I had to get off the interstate there in Texas, going toward Austin, I was actually having to travel to a place called Horseshoe Bay, which is where my sister lives. And anyway, it's about an hour from Austin, from where they live. Uh, so it's and going back through all that, yeah, it took a while, you know, but it was okay. It was pretty. The roads were nice out there, actually. Uh, you just didn't find uh, hardly any highways or even farm roads that were in bad condition anywhere. It was just, so uh, anyway, I was very pleased with the trip. And then once I got there, my sister and brother-in-law, they wouldn't let me drive nowhere. they they pretty much, I mean, they really were very hospitable. I think my sister, they were just glad that I was there and had, made the trip out there. And it was something that I should have wished that I could have done years ago, and I just never was able to do it. I would love to go back out there again. Uh, but I'm going to say this, that summertime is not a good time to go to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets too hot.
Mm.
And see, Texas, see where they live, it's in the hill country. So it's it's almost, it's really kind of dry out there. It's I wouldn't say it's a desert, but it's almost like semi-arid. And there are trees, but they're short. They're not nowhere near as tall as the trees we have here in Mississippi. And I know they had been experiencing, I think, some drought conditions over there too when I went, and that was in the month of January, uh, a month that you would think they would be getting more rain. They were starting to get some rain in certain parts of Texas, but I think most of it was actually as you got back closer to the Gulf of Mexico, uh, which was basically going toward Houston and Corpus Christi, back in that direction. You know, but yeah, Texas is such a very big state, and you know, you it's really it's almost like driving through another country. You know, and in
Mhm.
fact, Texas at one time it was another country. They had their own country there at one time, but
Mhm.
that didn't last very long, and so anyway.
I was wondering, my question goes to Merck. I mean, with the maximum speed limit like that, I wonder how Dara reacted to it. I mean, if it's me, I might be holding on something and be scared. You know how the speed limit here, Merck. How did react? How did Dara reacted to the speed limit there?
When we went on a motorcycle, she was freaked out. Uh, 55 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
She way different than the Philippines.
Yeah,
Um, but now she's used to it.
yeah.
Sorry, I booted myself on accident.
Mhm. I was listening to the speed limit and say, "Whoa! If it's me, I'll find something that I will hold on to."
Well, when you're flowing with traffic, it goes good. You don't have to hold on. Dara, there's no brake on the passenger side, but she's like, "Wow, it's mabilis dito, mabilis dito," and it took her time to get used to it, but now she's used to it.
And you cannot slow down, right? When you're at the interstate, you're not allowed to do that, right, Mark?
There are minimum speed limits, like on 55 or 65. The slowest you can go is 45. If you go 45 miles an hour, you can get pulled over. On 75, I think the minimum is 55, and you can get pulled over for going too slow by a police officer. Yes, there is a
Mm.
minimum.
One time I was traveling in Metro Manila, and I saw Bruce was online, and I showed him the traffic. And I said, Bruce, look at the motorcycles. They come left and right in front of you. And Bruce said, I
It's
saw.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen some of yours, Emily, and then I saw BT. He
Mm.
he did a it was a video that he did, and anyway, he got pulled over.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
but yeah, he I've heard a lot about the traffic, how traffic is in the Philippines,
Hmm.
and I'll be honest, I'd be a little bit leery about wanting to drive over
Yeah.
there without
Mhm.
at least being able to observe it first, you know.
Yes.
Uh,
And you wouldn't like to have a trouble on your vacation, right? And you don't want hassle. So might just have a driver, because
yeah,
they're gonna take your license, and you have to pay, to go to the office to pay, to claim it again, pay fees.
yeah, I would have to observe. Uh,
Mhm.
I would just have to observe it, you know, first before I ever tried to drive over there. And I think I could do it, but it's
Well, the
I
thing
was
with going in the Philippines, you got to go with the flow of traffic and watch it close, because intersections, they're uh, they're
thinking.
interesting. You just got to go with the flow of traffic.
I
I
saw
traveled
that.
all up Panay Island on a motorcycle,
Yeah, I
and
saw
part
that.
of Metro Manila. And if you're on a motorcycle, like Emily said, you go ahead, but you're taking your life in your hands.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I do have to question: do they enforce people wearing helmets that are driving motorcycles?
There
Yes.
are traffic enforcers on Ilo, on Panay Island. You're supposed to wear a helmet, and I got pulled over by the PMP,
Oh,
and they checked me over up one side, down the other. I didn't have a helmet. They let me go. But if you're wearing chinilas to ride a motorcycle, in most places, that's the biggest no go. You don't wear chinilas, and a lot of them do that. So you see a lot of people pulled over.
Yeah.
Emily, what
Chileans
is
is
what
really
does a traffic ticket there actually mean? Because do they pay it, or do they go to jail? It's just a little handwritten receipt. You got pulled over. What happens in traffic court?
No, you have to go to the office to pay for it and claim your license. So it's like hassle doing that. I mean, you cannot just pay it right away. You have to go to their office, and it depends on how many violations you have. If you have two or three, like that, you have to attend a seminar. You know,
But
and
how do they know? I never seen them with a computer. Like here in America,
mm,
every police car, every court system has a computer. I've never seen a computer there. So as a foreigner, if I get a ticket and they write my information down, How are they going to know if I violated that same statute?
That I really don't know. I haven't seen my father's been driving for me, and I haven't seen him pulled over. You know, my father is very careful when it comes to traffic rules. But what I know is that you know, my husband was I had a ticket with beating the beating the red light, and yeah, and he was pulled over, and the police took his license and then gave him a, you know, a ticket, and he went to the office to, you know, to pay and claim his driver's license. That's all I know.
Uh, so they take the license.
Yeah, they take the license and give you the
Well,
ticket.
well, like me as a foreigner, I can drive for what is it, 90 days without getting a Filipino driver's license.
Yes, I
And
that's it. Mhm. But some people they file for that in the US. Like, I don't know, I forgot what how they call it. But it's,
international driver's license.
yeah, and I think it doesn't cost much to apply for that, because I heard some you know, foreigner friends that they applied for the international driver's license.
That's true. I never did because 90 days, um, I can rent a motorcycle or a car, do whatever I want, and just goes off my license. I never drove that much, so it was never a problem.
Mhm.
Say, Emily.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign off now. My phone's telling me
Uh-oh.
that I need to charge the battery.
Oh, yeah, you better get down.
Okay, Regiman, thank you for joining the panel.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I,
I'll be
I
ending
enjoyed it.
the stream soon. I mean, I've been streaming like almost 3 hours. I'm gonna just end it exactly at 3 hours.
Oh,
That's
okay.
only about 5 minutes from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to bed now too. We appreciate you, Emily. Radio Man, thank you. You're an awesome guy. Bruce, you're always awesome. Uh,
You
thank you
awesome
guys.
too,
We're gonna
buddy.
sign off too.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
Radio Man, you're awesome.
Yeah, it's
And
his first time to join the panel.
Hey, Bruce,
yes,
uh, was it Emily's that I sang sung blues for the first time? Do you want to let go with that one?
sure, I
Uh,
can do that.
yeah, yeah.
I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, so Bruce, are you ready or
I Give me just a minute.
you
It won't
know, I
take
really
long to
love
get it.
this.
I can promise you. Yeah, there it is, right there. And let's see. Okay, y'all will go ahead and mute your mics. I'm gonna switch this thing over to stereo. Oh, I'm gonna sing first tonight. Oh boy! All right.
My phone is so hot the speaker went. I can't hear hardly anything.
Oh my goodness.
But
Okay.
sung blues, weeping like a willow.
All right. Here we go. it with the cry in your voice. And before you know it, starts feeling good. You simply got no choice.
Awesome, Bruce. Thank you. That's my favorite.
Oh,
Thank you
you're
very
welcome,
much,
Bert.
Bruce. I'm also gonna sing because I started the stream with a song and I'm gonna end it with a song.
All
So
Are
I'm
you
right.
going to sing and make my wife jealous?
gonna so I'm gonna sing a song which is about the topic for today, which is friendships. Friendship. So I'm gonna sing this last song.
Okay.
Hmm.
Love you. Have a good night. We're going to rest now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Merc, for joining me. Even though I know
Welcome, Bert.
you're
And
not feeling good, but you're
always a
here.
pleasure.
Yeah,
That was beautiful, Emily. I
That was
really enjoyed
a
that. Thank
song.
you.
thank you. And also, I'd like to thank Radio Man who's been with me at the start. My co-host, and also Sean Williams. Brett was the first one to do to chat on the chat box, and then Tina and Bem Bem, Mix, Sis MK, the Valdon. Thank you so much, the Valdon. And look who is very very late. We need to give him the memo. Look, we send you a memo signed by Bruce and Sean Williams. Sean, we need to prepare a memo
Oh,
for the
boy.
being late. And I think Steve and Lois at the background. I know if he's
Oh,
listening.
Stephen
Yeah,
the BG.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
so because he's having his vacation. So
Oh, okay.
and Radio Man, thank you so much. Ay, look ko siya no, Emily look was getting beaten by his wife. I don't know what time is it
Doing
there, Look?
okay, Luke.
He just woke up. Look just woke up.
Yeah, yeah, it's early morning in Belgium right now.
Uh Sis MK didn't make it. She might
Probably
be so very
busy at her
busy.
store.
And I'd like to also to thank some of my Sing Snap friend who dropped by, who has the link to my channel. I mean, they've been watching my friends and relatives, and
Yeah, it's 10:06 here.
yeah.
I
So,
need.
anything else? Shooting star. Do you have premiere or do you have live stream coming up?
Uh, I'm probably going to. I think I'm going to wait maybe I might do a stream tomorrow.
Okay. How about the Sis
Yeah,
MK? Does she have like a premiere?
yeah. I don't know that she's got a premiere. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. I honestly don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I end up finding out. Uh, I'll see it posted on YouTube that she's got
Okay.
a premiere coming up, and will not have heard anything from her about it. And then I have seen those things just kind of surprise me. All of a sudden, I would just find out that she was doing one, and I had no I well she didn't let me know.
Mm-hmm. So thank you so much, Brett was, I think he shared my stream.
Yeah,
I
I mean
really appreciate that.
yeah. Sometimes she lets me know, and sometimes she
Mhm.
fails to let me know. So it varies.
Yeah, Sean Williams is here all the time. You
And
know,
then sometimes she'll set it
Thursday.
up and forget about it.
Really, yeah. So she's always late at her own premiere.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah.
she doesn't appear, right?
Well, she's busy over there in that
Yeah.
store, and if she's got a customer,
Mm-hmm.
she's got to take care of that customer.
Yes, I definitely understand that, Bruce.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Even though you're late, I really had fun of the things you shared today, Bruce.
What do you mean I wasn't behaving myself? What do you mean you blaming it on me?
Just Bruce.
Don't even go there.
Mhm.
Don't listen to them too. Don't go
Look,
back.
Sean Williams said that you, Bruce, and Sean, you gonna all meet up in Egypt. Look, Egypt.
Egypt.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why. I don't know how Sean Williams come up with the Egypt thing.
There's no telling. You would have to you'd have to question him on that. I don't know where he's coming up with Egypt.
I like to see the Pharaoh and the pyramids. Is that your dream country, Sean?
What do you mean MK is not here to control? What are you talking about, Luke? Oh boy,
Well, anyway,
crazy, aren't they?
thanks again, guys. It's been a fun live stream with your presence. I really appreciate it.
Oh
If I
yeah.
forget someone, I hope I didn't forget anyone. I mean, starting from Brett, Davo, Don, Shan, Luke, Mix, and Tina and Bem Bem, Regiman, you, Bruce, sis MK. I hope I didn't forget anyone.
I think you may.
Mm.
I think that was everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, if I forgot someone, I mean, you know who you are. I'm saying thank you. Until the next live stream, probably Thursday, if I still have time on StreamYard. Okay, Bruce, thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome, Emily. You
Yeah.
take
Good
care,
night,
okay?
Tina and Bem Bem.
I'll go ahead and hop down.
Mhm. No, I'm gonna end it now. Don't have, don't leave
Don't
me
don't.
alone. Don't
Oh,
leave
okay.
me alone. You know that song. Yeah, don't leave me alone.
Oh,
Instead of leave me alone, don't
leave
leave me.
me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
But I'm gonna say, don't leave me alone. Like,
Oh, don't leave me alone.
oh yeah. Bye all. Take care wherever you are. I mean, good morning or
Yeah. Take care,
good
everybody.
evening.
And yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow night.
Oh,
I guess.
what's your final words, Bruce? I want to hear your final words ending your live stream.
My final words.
Yeah,
But this is your live stream. It's not mine.
yeah, but I want you to say it. You know,
Oh,
it
okay.
sounds good.
Oh, well, okay. All right. Well, take care, everybody, and be good. And if you can't be good at it.
You know, I always enjoy and look forward to that. Last message of yours.
All
Okay, bye guys.
right. Take care, everybody. Bye
Yeah.
bye.